There is a certain sort of trade-off you make when you go for this, but very realistic. So well done. There's a lot of thought that went into these. A little bit groundbreaking for summer daytime. It's a very happy fragrance. Maybe your favorite is not the one you thought it was, and I am foreshadowing here. This is the one, it goes into a territory that I don't love. I don't like it. Like, what is that? Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Charlotte. If you're new here, I do videos on beauty and fragrance every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you're a returning subscriber, hi, welcome back. It's really nice to see you today. So a couple of weeks ago, I shared on my Instagram a haul, or a niche decant haul that I did, and I did an unboxing. I didn't smell them because one of the fragrances kind of spilled over everything. But anyway, I did say that I would come back to you in a week or two to give you my fuller sort of first initial impressions of these fragrances. And so yeah, so I'm not going to talk necessarily about the longevity or anything like that, but I am going to talk about the scents themselves, and I am going to tell you which ones were loves at first sniffs, which ones were just likes at first sniffs, and which ones were just kind of not good. So yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I thought I had 12. I might have 12 and I just have one missing here. A lot of these are very, very hyped perfumes, very expensive niche perfumes. And I wanted to know what the hype was about, but also I wanted to be able to tell you over time also which ones I think are worth it and which ones maybe aren't. Because this is a lot of money to spend on a full bottle of perfume, right? In my experience, perfume that's worth spending the money on is worth the cost, in the sense that you definitely use a lot less of it than you do a cheaper fragrance. The quality of the ingredients is better, there's less alcohol, and you also get usually more interesting, more complex scents. Not always, but sometimes. So I'm going to go back and forth to keep this interesting. I'm going to start out with one that I really didn't like. Why not? Okay. And even then, I'll tell you why I didn't like it, but this is by Initio Baraka. I think I said that it had too much leather, or no, I said that it was dirty AF. Yeah, it's not bad though, you guys. It's just, obviously, like for me, I'm not gonna wear this. This could be totally sexy on a man, but it is intense. Wait, yeah, and I'm really glad that it's very animalic, and if I had just seen the notes, I would have thought that I would have loved it, because it's just amber, musk, and sandalwood. And I will have to try it on skin, you guys. I will, okay? Because it's not terrible. It's just there's something a little bit yucky in it. And that is when amber turns yucky, I don't like it. When amber is a little bit too dry and animalic, it goes into a territory that I don't love. So that's Blessed Baraka. I still have to obviously experiment with it, but those are my initial thoughts. Next up, we have Initio Side Effect. And this is I get the rum right away. The rum and the tobacco. This is just like vanilla and rum and tobacco. It reminds me a little bit of eggnog. Which makes sense, right? Oh, you guys, this smells like eggnog. Okay, this smells like eggnog. Okay, I just realized it smells like eggnog. It's beautiful, but maybe that's why it wasn't my favorite, because the rum in eggnog is not my favorite scent. But it really does smell like eggnog because it has that spiciness from the cinnamon. Does it have cinnamon? What does it have? Yeah, there you go. Rum, vanilla, tobacco, and cinnamon. Beautiful. It is beautiful. I was surprised that this was not one of my favorites though, to be honest. So there you go. That's another reason to buy decants, because maybe your favorite is not the one you thought it was. And I am foreshadowing here. Next up, we have by the house of Amouage, and this is Beach Hut Woman. And this, you guys, is such a surprising fragrance. And it's a very happy fragrance. You guys, it smells exactly like the name. Like literally the last time that I smelt this smell would have been at a beach hut, and I don't even think I've ever been at a beach hut. It just smells like that straw with the beach hut. I'm getting the beach, the salty air, and the flip-flops in the sand, and the hut itself. You guys, it's not just the hair, the air, it's the hut itself. It's like the straw hut. Very nice, very interesting, very refreshing, invigorating. To me, this is the kind of scent that is a niche scent, because it evokes an experience, it evokes a memory, and it's not a universally pleasing scent, right? There's something very dry woody in it without it being driftwood or something like that. Like, it's really like that. Maybe it's the combination of like the woods with the citrus, I don't know, but it really smells like a straw house or something. A straw house on a beach. That's quite a feat, right? To really create this sensation that you might not have even experienced before. Like I said, I don't think I've ever been to a beach hut, but there you go. Definitely the kind of scent that I think could be really, really interesting and a little bit groundbreaking for summer daytime. And I say that because there's not a lot of room to be that groundbreaking, I feel like, in the summer. And maybe I'm wrong. That could just be because I'm biased and I prefer winter, fall scents, but I like how different it is. I like how it deviates from the same beachy scents we're all used to, right? Next up, we have one that I've really, really been enjoying, that I've been wearing a lot, and actually I think I have put a little bit of a dent in this decant. Yeah, if I compare it to some other ones, I have put a little bit of a dent in it. And this is Bond No. 9's New York Nights. And this is so interesting to me. I was really surprised when I first smelled this, because it was a love and hate at the same time. Like, I was so perplexed. I really, really, really like it, and I am considering buying a full bottle eventually once I use this up, because I really, really enjoy it. But this is that caramelly coffee scent, but there's something in it that smells like, first of all, it does not smell like any other caramel coffee scent that I have, so it's not redundant. There's something a little bit marine-like. Is that the word? Yeah, marine-like about it. And this is gonna sound bad, but it reminds me a little bit of nail polish, which I know, like, that sounds terrible, but it's this weird, intoxicating nail polish where you keep going back to it and you're like, what is that? Because it's like as if nail polish smelled good. You guys, like, please, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, please let me know. Let me just see, wait. I definitely think it's that gardenia that's making it sort of creamy-ish in that white floral kind of way at the beginning, but I seriously don't understand what that weird nail polish thing is. I'm looking at the notes now because I'm trying to figure it out. I wonder if it's the carnation, because I don't know what carnation smells like. I do really like it. I don't know that it's a safe blind buy though. I think it's a safe decant blind buy. If you like gourmands and you want something a little bit different, a little bit more adventurous, and you want to broaden your palette a little bit, New York Nights. Next up, no, I'm gonna save my favorite one for last. Or one of them. Next up, we have Simon's favorite. Simon, if you're watching. This is called Absolute Aphrodisiac by Initio. It's intoxicating. I think, what did I write? Okay, because I had written notes on all my little pieces of paper where I'd sample these fragrances, and he zoomed in, I guess, on one of them. He's like, what? Absolute Aphrodisiac is only just a strong like only, because some of them were love, right? And he said it was so amazing. And yes, Simon, you're right. It's so good. And it's only because when you receive a bunch of fragrances, you guys know, when you get a bunch of fragrances, it's like you kind of go nose blind at the beginning, and you kind of get like, I received like 12 decants at the same time, right? Like this, so, and I was just kind of smelling them all. Absolute Aphrodisiac is an absolute aphrodisiac, definitely. Vanilla, it has a lot of leather. Creamy, rich. It has a little bit of that animalic quality to it, but it's well done. It's well done. It's not funky. Definitely very, very unisex, beautiful. I really like that about niche houses, how well they do the unisex genre. Like, I really, really appreciate that. Very well balanced. Next up, we have a little bit of another risk for me by the house of Amouage, and this is Blossom Love. And this was really surprising to me because it does not smell anything like what I thought it would. Like, honestly, when I smell this right away, I get the most realistic flowers, and I don't know what flowers they are, to be honest. But so realistic in a pulpy, in a way that feels like it's so realistic. I don't know how to... I think Amouage is very impressive with what they do so far with what, you know, with the Beach Hut Woman and Blossom Love. Very realistic, so well done. There's a lot of thought that went into these. I think this is just supposed to evoke that cherry blossom, which it does. Maybe that's the blooming flower that I'm getting vibe from it, you know? If you don't want to smell like flowers at all, like at all, this is not the scent for you. But this is flowers in the spring sense, in the beautiful, lush, wet spring air. They are fresh, so fresh. So fresh. It's beautiful. I don't even know if it's like a spring scent. It's like spring itself in a bottle. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if I want to wear it. It's just, it's one of those scents, you know what I mean? And I think maybe Amouage is that so far. Out of those two scents, they're very, a little bit avant-garde, but that's what you can expect from niche, and inventive, imaginative, and a little bit audacious. A little bit of audacity. Okay, next up we have by Xerjoff, and this is Muse, and I already have Xerjoff Soprano and Xerjoff... the other one. Xerjoff Erba Pura and Soprano, and Muse is very nice. I do like it. I said this was a strong like. I get fruity, sweet, floral right away, but there's something a little bit leathery or sharp in it. Very faint. This is a unisex scent, but I have to say it's very feminine, and actually much more feminine than the two other scents that I have from Xerjoff. Beautiful though, beautiful, and definitely, you know, tempted to eventually get a full bottle, but you know, I have to put the due diligence and use this up first and see what I truly think. It's so tempting, you know, when you get the beautiful, amazing bottles. Like, this is beautiful, you know what I mean? And it's undeniable that part of the joy of perfume collecting is this, you know what I mean? And there is a certain sort of trade-off you make when you go for this. But the idea is that in the long run, if you're someone who wants to smell as many perfumes as possible, which that is me, you can't keep buying only full bottles. You need to go with decants. There are thousands of perfumes out there. Thousands. And there are constantly ones being created as we speak. And that's just the legit fragrance world. There is a growing indie perfume market, and that I'm not even like very aware of. Like, I know that there's a lot of indie perfumers out there, and personally I think there's going to be a huge shift towards democratizing fragrance and perfume and the scent world. You know, traditionally fragrance has always been a very top down, very cliquey world, right? You need to know the right people, you need to be born in the right family, and there's a lot of pretentiousness in the world. It's really interesting. Actually, I just saw recently, I watched a Mila LeBlanc video, and she mentioned, I love Mila LeBlanc, by the way, and you probably do too, because I saw that a lot of people who watch me also watch Mila LeBlanc. And she mentioned that she had a sort of situation with Francis Kurdzian. Maison Francis Kurdzian. Her agent was trying to set up some kind of deal or like exchange with MFK in exchange for like decants or samples so that she could review or something. They sent back a reply basically saying that she wasn't, basically like she didn't fit their image. And I mean, fair enough, like it's your prerogative as a company, but she had a really good point, and that was, you know what, I have sold so many of your perfumes, and so if you think that I don't fit, all your people who are buying from you too, they also don't fit you. And to me, that just kind of alludes to this bigger conversation and shift that is going to happen for sure in the next decade. It has to, which is just, the world is changing. There's revolutions on all fronts in the world, and this fragrance world is not going to be exempt from that, I don't think. And one of the ways that it will be democratized is, you know, it started with, I can wear what I want. I don't need to be a man to wear man scents and a woman to wear woman scents, blah, 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 all that, whatever. That's old news for us, right? But beyond that, it's also, you know, who's wearing the bougie scents? Who's wearing those really expensive scents? It might not be who you think it is. And actually, maybe it's time to rethink who your audience actually is. You know what I mean? I think that houses like MFK need to be a little bit careful with what message they're sending there, because you know what, these people that you don't think are part of your image are spending a lot of money on your products, and we think you're wrong. Like, yeah, you don't have to be a multi-million, you don't have to be a millionaire or billionaire or have the best education or come from the best background to really enjoy quality things in life. I'll be blunt. Okay, that was little rant there, but anyway, let's keep going. So next we have, the next one we have is Initio, and this is Oud For Greatness, and this is one that I was totally expecting to hate, you guys. It came in this Initio set, and I was like, okay, whatever, I want to know what it's about, you know. I don't think I'm gonna like it. I was actually, if anything, I was like, I know I'm not gonna like it. It's a really nice oud, you guys, like really nice. This is a fresh oud. Fresh spicy oud. So nice. Extremely wearable. And I'm low-key impressed. High-key maybe. Seriously. I'm very surprised by how much I like Oud For Greatness. And I think it's a pretty polarizing scent from what I remember. But Oud For Greatness by Initio, if you like oud, or you're trying to find a fresh oud, or you're just after, you know, or you're really in like an oud phase where you want to try different ouds, this one is worth trying. Absolutely. Really, really, really good. Last but not least, I wanted to share my two loves at first sniffs. These ones, you guys. Okay, first of all, the first one is the one that I was so sad about because it had spilled everywhere, and that is Fragrance du Bois Santal Complet. And I knew that I was probably gonna like this. I knew that I would maybe love it. I knew that it might be life-changing. And I don't say that lightly. I say that because I think that on my journey, on my fragrance journey, I'm constantly trying to compartmentalize my love for sandalwood because basically, yeah, I love sandalwood and it's just always intoxicating and an easy love for me. And so I'm constantly trying to find other notes that I might appreciate too. But if you're a sandalwood lover, like, you need to try this, right? So at first, when you first smell it, like out of the nozzle, and when you first spray it, there's something sort of spicy about it. Ooh, what just fell there? That's weird. Anyway, there's something kind of spicy about it, but it quickly becomes this creamy, smooth, intoxicating sandalwood. Just beautiful, really beautiful, and oily. Like literally I touch it and there's just oil everywhere. There's no alcohol scent at all. It's not going to project. It's not loud. I have more to say about this one because I wore it, whereas the other ones I didn't wear, right? So this one does not project, okay? So I will say that, but it is very long lasting. You know, it's more for you and the people who are close to you who are gonna smell you, but it will stay on you for days, and on your clothes, of course. Beautiful scent, absolutely full body worthy eventually for me, and extremely expensive though. Extremely expensive. This uses a lot of natural ingredients, if I'm not mistaken. So beautiful though. Like, this is easily one of the scents that if I had to pick like a signature scent for myself, but again, keep in mind that's because I am a sandalwood fanatic, this would easily be a signature scent for me. I would wear this year round. But I will say this is going to be one of the most beautiful summer scents in my collection. Next up, very, very closely, I don't even know if it's behind. It's right next to it. It's not behind, actually. If anything, it came out in front of it, if you can believe it, at the beginning. That is Initio Rehab. This is the one that blew me away. This blew me away, you guys. Blew me away. Musky lavender sandalwood, which sounds kind of mundane, but so beautifully, effortlessly well done. And again, that sandalwood with the lavender, the way they mix, feels effortless, signature scent worthy, absolutely. Definitely getting a full bottle of this eventually. Like, absolutely, it is dream wish list, but actually, like, I'm gonna actually get it at some point in my life, because now that I know, I love it. I love it. I love the scent. Of course, the Initio that I picked as my favorite is the Extrait de Parfum, like the highest concentration, and it is in the beautiful white bottle. So there you go. I knew nothing about Initio, and then I kind of like that I knew nothing really about Initio, and then I just started with all the decants and kind of went, you know, not based on the bottle or anything, but on the scent itself. And it was just kind of a pleasant surprise to find out that the one I love is the one in the beautiful white bottle. That is also the Extrait de Parfum. So this to me is the biggest winner in the whole batch of decants. I really hope I didn't, I'm gonna go see if I missed one. I feel like there was more than that. Okay, no, that's it. That's all it is. Okay. Whew. Okay, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, you guys, and I hope that was informative for you, and let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are on any of these fragrances, if you've smelled any of them, if you're interested in any of them. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Until we see each other again, please take care of yourself, and I will see you very soon. Bye.